Yeah. So what? So otherwise, what what's the latest and greatest?
The Grammys.
Shoot.
The Grammys that we didn't watch, and we're gonna try to get better with tuning into some of these things so we can properly diss them on the show.
Yeah, because see, here's the thing: we was beat down in recovery on Sunday from the party, so turning on the Grammys, it just wasn't. We just wanted to go to bed.
We did, and in addition to that, we don't. I mean, I stopped watching the war shows a long time ago. So, but we should. We talked about this. We're gonna get better with that, but. We do have a few notes from the Grammys, which are here. Well, I've heard people talking about online that it was one of the better ones. It was one.
Yeah,
really
I heard
good.
the same thing.
Really good. So, let's see what do we have here? Oh, Killer Mike. Shout out to Killer Mike.
Shout out to Killer Mike. Yes.
Killer Mike. That album was really good too.
I didn't listen to any of it.
Yeah,
so,
I figured.
Yeah.
But good album. I like Killer Mike. I mean, I like hearing him speak about stuff. He's passionate and stuff. He won. He swept the rap categories and whatnot. So shout out to him for that. And
who was he up against?
Travis Scott was one of them.
Okay, no El Draco. Drake wasn't in there at all.
I don't think Drake was nominated.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So. Oh, but he may have. I don't know. Let me not speak.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But he won, and so he won, and then he was arrested.
Yeah.
At the end of the sometime during the night.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. So.
How y'all gonna do that? That's just.
It sounds like some funky business right there.
So
you know what I'm saying? They ain't
shady.
showing him walking out in handcuffs and shit like that. They really tried to rain on his parade, but he's gonna be beyond. He's already beyond that shit.
Yeah,
Just
that's
nonsense.
so shady.
Yeah. But one of the things that I noticed from these Grammys is that they did not air any rap categories.
What the hell is that about?
What's that about?
What the hell is that about? Like, with so many acts, so many categories related to rap, and so many people who would be honored, or it would be great to just see their faces sitting in the crowd for their nominations. How the hell all of a sudden it's cool to not show the rap category?
That's the interesting thing.
Who clicked off on that and said, yeah, we're just going to skip past the rap?
Right, because I started seeing the so-and-so Killer Mike won before they were even airing, and I was like,
yeah.
What? And then when they show best rap album, I'm like, before the show came on, I guess. But they didn't air that.
Shame
we saw it afterwards, I guess, but I guess they didn't air that stuff.
But shame on them. Shame on the recording industry for even allowing that to go with no pushback. There's all these record companies, all these labels who are making money off of hip hop and rap. They're making a lot of money. There's many crossover albums that feature rap artists, but you're not going to show that demographic to the people who are probably watching the show specifically to see their favorite rap artist or what have you. Like,
right?
How does that even work?
Especially with where rap had to come from to get to the point where we did have ourselves aired. Remember, Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince didn't, they boycotted and whatnot because our stuff wasn't getting aired back then.
Y'all know the history.
Yes,
like
a lot
what
of
the
history
hell?
there.
Or do they got new people who didn't know the history?
I don't know. Does anyone know the reasoning behind why they didn't air any rap
Please
categories?
let us know.
What is it called? The institute? What are they called?
The Recording Institute of.
Have they announced anything?
It's RIA, right?
Yeah,
RIAA.
Yeah. Have they announced anything about why that didn't happen? I'm curious.
And for all y'all people who are on the boards, people of color, who place these votes,
right.
People of color,
right.
Why y'all sit and let that go down like that? Like,
right.
If y'all are paying or whatever, y'all got all these committees, y'all do all this stuff. Y'all go to HBCUs, you do all these little presentations about bringing music back and all this stuff. And then the categories where the youth would probably, be watching and interested because of their favorite artists, and y'all don't put it up.
Interesting.
What the hell?
Another big deal from the Grammys was the Carters.
Hey,
shout out to royalty in the music industry.
Yes,
the Carters.
Shout out to little Blue Ivy.
Bless
her little heart.
Little Blue Ivy no more.
No, she's
here standing next to Hov.
She's gonna be Baby Blue always to me. It's just shout out to her. She's had a hell of a year going on tour with her mom, dancing the whole summer away.
Yeah.
I hope you got paid, Blue. I hope Mom gave you a check for it. And then Jay,
Yeah, Jay got up on
He
stage.
got the Dr. Dre award, which is so problematic for me.
Because of
Dr. Dre's history with domestic violence and abuse of women, particularly women of color.
Right.
I got a problem with that. I'm trying to understand why it's like a Sean Combs award at this point. Why?
So we're gonna talk a little bit about the industry and expectations of moral stances and managing those expectations a little bit later in the show.
Okay.
So let's, you know what I'm saying? So let's get to that then.
Okay, so rewind back to Jay.
Yeah.
Coming up on the stage with Lil Blue.
Yeah, so Hove came up on stage to accept his award, and he gave a little speech about basically how their metrics are screwed, because Beyonce has the most Grammys of all time, but she's never won Album of the Year. So he kind of pulled them on the carpet on their own show and whatnot. Like, hey, how is this possible? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to embarrass this young lady.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? He called them out. So, and people had mixed feelings about it. I've heard mixed feelings about it.
I feel like, the black woman delegation is like, yeah, way to stand up for your wife. Way to come up there and do that. We want to see more of this.
Right.
More of this. Everybody. I mean, it's never going to be wrong what Kanye did when he came on that stage and said,
Beyonce had the best video.
I'm going to let y'all speak.
I'm going to let you finish.
I'm going to let you finish. But, and they keep like playing with Beyonce. I see why they don't come. I wouldn't flipping come either.
Listen,
you're gonna have me come out here.
Right.
You're gonna talk about I'll be nominated for every category. And at the end of the day, y'all already know y'all not gonna award me Album of the Year or record, whatever it is. You're not gonna give it to me.
Taylor Swift won Album of the Year and
again.
And I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, because I haven't listened to her music. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sure she has a huge demographic. She has a huge fan base, and she's, from what I understand, she's killing it. So there you go. Boom.
Understood. But so you can't tell me that the Renaissance tour did not kill her tour.
I don't know that. I don't know the numbers.
Well, I mean the numbers. Remember, they were quick to jump out and say that Taylor had done so much and so in this amount of time. Yeah. But Beyonce's tour was still going, so the numbers were not finished calculating on her.
Well, I mean, I heard a good point out there on one of the joints that I think it might have been Joe Budden and them. Basically, like it's cool to like both of them.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like they don't have to pit them against each other.
Yeah, no, they don't. The problem is when the associations, these music associations, keep slighting Beyonce, even though her music is phenomenal.
Well, she's won the most Grammys of all time.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily a slight, but for some reason, it is a slight, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a slight because I guess the Album of the Year is like the most prestigious award you could possibly win, and they will not allow her to win that. They won't let her win that. Yeah. But they'll give her all these other joints and whatnot, which they count, they trophies or whatever. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, that one they will not do. Maybe because they do their own thing against the industry. Like they're not like, I don't even know if she's on a label. Like she probably got like a deal with somebody to distribute or whatever. But they don't play the regular industry game like everyone else.
Now I believe I read an article.
To my understanding, that is.
Yeah, a young lady to the name of Erica Webb, I think that was her name. Mm-hmm. She wrote an article last year when Beyonce did not win Record of the Year, and it said that the recording, the people who cast the votes said that Beyonce already wins too many awards, so they just looked past her.
It's crazy.
They anonymously gave interviews about why they weren't casting ballots for Beyonce, and that's just some bullshit.
Yeah, that's crazy right there, yo.
Like, come on, really?
That puts intention behind it.
That is some intention behind it. That's systematically, as a collective, deciding, we're just not gonna vote
If that's true, that's some complete bullshit right there.
And people some heads need to roll, and some tables need to be shaken.
Well, I think that's kind of like, was Hove's point in getting up there and making the speech.
I love what he said about some of y'all shouldn't be.
Some of y'all gonna feel like you got robbed. Some of y'all might get robbed. Some of y'all don't belong in the category. Everybody was like, "Oh." He said, "When I get nervous, I tell the truth."
Yes,
that was good. That was a good bit he did right there.
Great.
He was nervous up there.
Yeah, because I think he didn't know what he was gonna say or if he was gonna say it.
Or he probably knew what he was about to say.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, this is going get folks."
And to add an exclamation point on the end of all of that, when he got done with his speech, they left.
Yeah,
they walked right out.
Screw these
they
people.
left.
Screw these people.
Yeah, so hey man, this is what it is.
Listen,
shout out to the Connors.
Stop playing with us.
Stop playing
with us. Everybody did listen. Remember how we had to do the Oscars so white before it turned black? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. Let me see. What else do we have? Should we stay with music? Yeah, let's get
also, I do want to say I was also sad about seeing a lot of the brown artists, the black girls who won, like SZA and the Little Water Girl. That didn't get aired as well.
Oh,
remember,
yeah.
I was really pissed because
so
I was
they didn't get aired either?
Why the hell? Whatever award, the first one that she won, they were announcing them already, and the Grammys wasn't on. And I said, so SZA just won something. Ty Tribbett just won something. The little child, the Water Girl, Ming Me, she won, and I was just like, really?
Right.
We doing this again?
Right.
Y'all can't see that what we see?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. There has to be some kind of reasoning behind it. Right?
Don't pimp us out for our talent and our art and our creativity and then not want to formally acknowledge our greatness while we make y'all rich.
So, and there's rumblings and people talking, and I've made this point in the past that hip hop, rap, music that is not, let's be clear, not hip hop will never die. Rap itself is from an industry standpoint is kind of taking back burner, is losing a lot of luster and whatnot. It's not popping the way it was, and they're looking at other acts, other type of music they're looking to sign other types of music ahead of rappers. It's diluted. It's trash right now. Yeah, so if you think about where the industry might be going, and you look at what's happening,
reggaeton. What are we gonna do?
Something else. Look how bad the music is.
I mean, I don't listen to most of it. I'm still listening to the old stuff.
Right.
At this point, I could put MC Hammer on and be very happy.
MC Hammer. I listen to a lot of stuff, but they lost me with a lot of this new batch. They lost me and whatnot, right? So, and so if it really is fading, then maybe this is a part of that. Like maybe they're like, we're not airing it. Maybe this. I'm just making, just adding a little conversation here and whatnot. Maybe that's a part of it. Who knows?
Well, this is for the consumers to demand, because Lil Johnny in Missouri is still listening to Drake and Eminem and all of them. Like, this is for the consumers to put their feet down and demand.
Well, yeah. I mean, the music is so microwave now that, you get something and a week later you're not even thinking about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes and goes. Like I still have albums that I listen to on a regular basis. Yeah. And that's new music that I'm talking about.
Okay.
But most of the stuff, it just comes and goes like that, because what they're saying is that and shout out to Ray Daniels on his podcast. He made a point that there's no artist development now. There's no artist development. So this music is not lasting. And I made this argument with Joe on the Whiskey and Kicks platform. In about 30 years, who's going to be touring?
Nobody.
Who?
Not the little ice. Not that little Ice Spice child.
Oh, yeah, stop eating the Ice Spice, yo. You're much.
You listen. I'm a baddie. She is not gonna be able to bend over and twerk like that in another 20 years. Okay.
She's young. She's young. She probably will be. But to the point remains. You know, it's like this music is trash. Like the rap music as a whole, it's the majority trash. It's just a lot of garbage.
So what's the root cause of it turning to trash?